Good morning, good afternoon. Hello, everyone. We are live, we are recording, and you're in the right spot for today's webinar. 4 ways to master the in and outs of digital marketing and customer service. My name is Jeffrey Brown. I'm the local outreach rep here at GoDaddy Social, and I'm joined by the amazing content and community specialist from Buzztime Business, Michael Wagner. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for having us again for this awesome webinar. We're excited to get this started with everyone.
Yes, thank you, Michael, and thank you, BuzzTime, for lending this amazing, great content for today's webinar. Um, in just a minute, I'm going to turn it over to Michael to introduce himself and tell a little bit more about his role at BuzzTime Business and also what BuzzTime Business does for local businesses across the U.S. Like I said, my name is Jeffrey. I'm the local outreach rep here at GoDaddy Social. I'm part of our marketing team where I actually get to educate local business owners via live webinars, just like this one, or an in-person event. So look out for me. I'm gonna be coming to a city near you. I think I'm going to Miami, Washington, D.C., and then San Francisco later this year. So be on the lookout for our workshops where we actually deliver these in person. Now, at GoDaddy Social, we help businesses elevate their online presence on the platforms that really matter the most to local businesses, but also their patrons as well. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TripAdvisor. If it's a local site, local review site, local social media site, we're helping local businesses with it, just so they can make sure they're connecting with their consumers, current and future consumers as well. So I'm about to turn it over to Michael Wagner, and he's going to discuss not only what he does at Buzztime Business, but also what Buzztime does for local businesses as well. Michael?
Thanks, Jeffrey, for that awesome introduction. So, yeah, everyone, my name is Michael Wagner. I am the content and community specialist over here at BuzzTime. So, basically, a little bit about what BuzzTime is we are an entertainment and marketing platform that you can turn your TVs into entertainment in your business, as well as use it for marketing purposes for your business as well. So yeah, we've been doing this for almost 30 years now, and we love helping local businesses um, make their locations more fun, more entertaining, and more engaging for their customers. Just a little bit about what I do here at BuzzTime. I curate all of our content for our blog, participate in webinars such as the one you're hearing today, as well as manage our social media platforms. So you'll see our Facebook, our different, like our YouTube channel, which you'll find this webinar later today, and just kind of touching base with other businesses to kind of connect and find what platforms are best for them. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and a little bit.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. And thank you for going over not only what you do at BuzzTime, but also how BuzzTime helps local businesses. So today we have a stacked agenda for today's webinar. We have 4 talking points that we're both going to be going through, Michael and myself. Today we're going to be kicking things off with how to establish an online presence and create high quality, engaging content. It's one thing to have your platform set up, like Yelp, Google, TripAdvisor, Facebook, Instagram, but it's another to make sure you have a great quality content strategy in place and also make sure that you're engaging with your current and future customers as well, no matter where they're at in the sales cycle or the sales funnel. Next, Michael's going to be going over how to create in-venue digital opportunities to enhance the customer visit. Now you've already gotten them engaged with your social media sites. They're in your place of business. Now you want to make sure you keep them engaged, whether you're the business owner and you're tending to things in the back of the house, or your front of the house, or your staff is handling everything in the front. So you definitely want to make sure that you're creating those in-venue digital opportunities to increase and enhance that customer visit and increase that engagement when they're in your business. Next, I'm going to be going over how to instill trust by encouraging feedback and responding to reviews. So making sure that whether it's a negative, a positive, or even a neutral review, you're responding to it. And I'm going to break that down and how you can do it in 4 easy steps for both positive and negative reviews. And last but not least, Michael's going to be taking it home with how to keep the conversation going post-transaction with email, text, and surveys. So now that you've gotten them engaged on social media, they've come into your business, they left you a review. Now, at the end, you want to make sure you're keeping that conversation going with email, text, and surveys just to keep your business top of mind. Now, like I said, we're going through a lot of great content, but also if you feel free to do this, feel free to fill out our social media assessment for GoDaddy Social. We'll walk you through your social media sites. You can click that link right here. But right now, we're going to go ahead and kick things off with how to establish an online presence and create high quality, engaging content. And also, if you have questions throughout the webinar, we're going to try to save those to the end with whatever time we have left. So, if your business is on social media and you're on your social media pages, you want to make sure that you're elevating your online presence to do a couple of things. You want to make sure your online presence is reaching new customers, and more importantly, you're engaging your loyal fans. And if you're not doing these two things and your online presence isn't helping you create these kind of opportunities for your business, for your new customers and your current customers, then you're missing out a little bit. So one of the first things you want to do, not only to make sure that your online presence is set up and your pages are claimed, but you want to make sure that you give your pictures and your content a little bit of personality. So some different creative ways to do that when you're taking your pictures, because we all know that we don't have a professional photographer in our business, but we do have smartphones. And you can make sure that you're framing, you're using the right lighting, and you're looking at the right angles to take your photos from as well. So one of the first steps in creating a high quality photo is to choose the right composition. So you'll want to frame your picture so that it guides the viewer to the best part of the shot and find a simple surface or a backdrop that's going to complement rather than overpower or overshadow when you're taking your photograph. And I love this example with the painted pen. I saw that we had actually a few bowling alleys signed up for this webinar today and definitely wanted to make sure that we did a little something for them as well. So I like this example on this Facebook post. It says, "Note, we will remain closed this evening for a private event. We do apologize for any inconvenience. Our sister, the painted duck, is definitely open and ready to have you." And I love how they do a couple of things in this photo. They get a great framing for this photo. So great different angle also to take this photo as well, just to give her overall view of the actual bowling alley. And more importantly, they're leaning into their customers to create great high quality content by using user generated content. And if you're not familiar with that, I'm going to dive into that in just a little bit. But you want to make sure that you're giving your page some personality by making sure that you have a great frame for your picture. Now, once you have a great frame, you want to make sure that you have amazing lighting. So lighting is going to be a key element of any photo, especially when it comes to food photography. So I saw that we also had some restaurants, some bars signed up for this webinar as well. And I remember when I was actually working in a restaurant, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Fuzzy's Taco Shop. I actually worked in that establishment all throughout high school and all throughout college. And I remember before Instagram and Facebook really took off, I was the person taking the photos, uploading it through my Instagram or my Facebook. And these are the things that I kind of wish I knew when taking those photos and putting them out there, because some of those photos, when you look back, they're not so great. They're a little bit blurry, a little bit dark. So if you can, always make sure that your subject is close to light. I know that we all are working in restaurants or working in spas or salons or any type of business that you're in. You're going to have that fluorescent light. You want to make sure that you're staying away from that when you're trying to take a great, engaging, high quality photo. Make sure that your subject is near the closest light source to really capture that light and really make sure that you're getting all the amazing elements of your photo, especially when it comes to food, just like Clark Sander did in this photo right here. Now, once you have your framing down, you have your lighting, next you want to make sure that you're trying out different angles to shoot your photos, just like we saw in that first example with the painted pen. So you might want to try an overhead shot, but be careful if you're standing on a chair. You don't want to fall. But usually when you think about it, when clients or customers come into your business, they're on their phones. 9 times out of 10, they're on their phone and they're not trying to ignore you. They're just talking about different things with their friends. They're checking into your business on social media, or they're probably looking at a text and saying, "Hey, what color should I get my nails painted?" Or what was that facial that you got at the spa the other day? Or what was that amazing beer that you had when you went to this brewery? So you definitely want to make sure that you're looking at your photos in a different angle and you're trying out things just like Milk and Honey Spa did with an overhead shot of a terrarium. So definitely make sure that you're trying at different angles to get a great high quality photo and to make sure you're mixing up your photos as well to create high quality engaging content for your small business. So, how many of us do employee of the month, employee of the week? We highlight our owners, our staff, and you can say we do in the chat box, or you can raise your hand. But one of the biggest things that you want to do with your staff is you really want to shine a spotlight on your team. And there's a couple of different ways that you can do that. So, when varying your post, and you want to get some engagement by showing off your amazing team. So, not only will your followers love seeing familiar faces in their feeds, but your team will appreciate that shout out and share the post with their family and their friends. And this kind of traction will get new eyes on your business and could gain you potential new followers, just like in this example with Whitehall Lanes. And I want y'all to pay close attention to this. Their caption is great. They give off an amazing photo of the business owner. But the thing is, I want you to notice is not the amount of likes they got, which is 241, but the amount of comments they got. So while your likes are a great vanity metric, what you're really going for and what you really want to see when you're posting content on your Facebook, your Twitter, or your Instagram page is your comments. 98 comments is great. That means this post is engaging and it's also thought provoking as well because you want to make sure you're starting a conversation or you're getting in the midst of a conversation on your business page. And this is just a great way to show that there is a real person behind your social media sites. It's not just a robot, it's not a button you automatically turn on. There's a real live human being getting engaged with your customers, not only in person, but also online as well. Now, another way that you can shine a spotlight on your team is I'm sure that your staff goes on retreats, they have to do educational sessions, you have trainings, you have staff meetings. Take a picture of that behind the scenes. People really want to see that the staff is doing more than just working in the office 9 to 5 or different night shifts or what have you. Definitely make sure that you're getting and thinking outside of the box and showing off things that your team does behind the scenes to prepare for a new customer, a new client. Maybe you're opening up a different location or another location, or you're coming up with a new concept for a new restaurant that you have. Really make sure that you're leaning in on your team to show off the great faces that support your business and that also help create this business for your followers, not only online, but in person as well. So show off your indoor and outdoor space. Another way that you can make sure that your online presence is standing out is not just to show that, hey, we are a two-story restaurant or a two-story bar or this extravagant, beautiful salon. Show off the inside and the outside of your business. Give people a peek inside, a little bit behind the scenes look of what your business is all about. So your customers, and particularly your millennial customers, they don't want to be sold to at the end of the day because it's going to feel authentic. So they want to know the story of your business. So this is your big chance to tell them and give them interesting content that'll have them coming back again and again. So this is one way that you can do that is by showing off your indoor and outdoor space, just like Feel Hot Yoga did. Or show the outside of your space like Hillside Pharmacy did, because they really want to know the story of your business. And alternatively, you can post content that's easily digested at any point of the day, just like in this example. So shots of the inside of your spa or the outside of your restaurant with your new patio really makes a difference and really engages your audience in a different way. Another thing that you want to make sure that you're leaning on for your online presence is you want to stay relevant and up to date. And I'm not talking about slang or different things that your customers are saying, but making sure that you're leaning in on different types of words or hashtags they could be using specifically on social media to make sure that your content is not just being found, but it's being engaged in, it's also being sought after as well. So research shows that the most annoying action brands make on social media is too many promotional posts. Now, what do promotional posts look like? They're going to say buy one, get one. They're going to be adamantly promoting that special or that event or that product. And you can do promotional posts in different ways, but the best way to do that is to be a thought leader and to stay relevant and up to date. So I picked a few examples from different industries. My favorite one right here is the Mad Donkey Bar. I'm a huge French fry lover. I don't know if y'all like French fries on this webinar today, but I really love their example for National French Fry Day. They said, don't forget today's National French Fry Day. And they just do an amazing example of a great photo, a great graphic, something really easy and simple that's promotional, but without promoting too much. Right, exactly. Who doesn't love French fries? Now, the other thing you want to look at is this middle post from June's All Day. Melon season here at June's All Day. And I love how they type season. Typing season in this way is how a lot of your millennial customers in Generation Z and X are actually typing this word. And it's a great way to make sure that you're staying relevant and up to date. And another way for you to make sure that you're kind of speaking in their language to making sure that your posts are relevant as well. And last but not least, Viva Day Spa. I don't know if any of y'all have seen this recently about the self care craze, but it's really important, not only in your personal life, but also your work life. So I really love this post from Viva Day Spa. Not only are they being relevant, but they're also staying up to date with this post as well, really making sure that they're getting across the point of that not only is self care important, but we have some ways that you can practice self care at our spa without sounding too promoting, just a gentle nudge while making it engaging with a great high quality photo right here as well. Now, how many of our participants today in the webinar are using Instagram stories? And you can raise your hand again, or you can say we do in the chat box as well. Awesome. Daphne, I see that you do. Great. Awesome. So Instagram stories, Kelly, Sam, awesome. Okay, great. So your Instagram stories are going to be really important. And the reason why is because you can help promote great deals, company updates, or just plain playful content, like we're going to see in this example right here with ride indoor cycling. And Kelly, the reason why your stories only stay for 24 hours is that's because how stories are meant to be shown. They're quick, digestible, easy content, and it's for you to either post something that you don't want to clog up your feed or something that's going to be like an event or a promotion. But if you don't want it to go away after 24 hours, you can always add this content to your highlights, which is right in your profile as well. And it's a great addition to what Instagram has done to make sure they're staying top of mind for local businesses as well. So in this example with ride indoor cycling, like I said, you want to make sure that this is something that you can start doing on a daily basis. And it's really fun, great, engaging content that's going to get you to stay top of mind. So I love this example. They said, time for another top 5 post. So a great thing about this is they did a top 5 and they do this every week. The hard part, I think, about social media is making sure you're staying consistent. And to stay consistent, you have to be doing these things weekly or daily. So Ride Indoor Cycling does this kind of story weekly. So time for another top 5 post. And y'all get ready. So as you can see, they go through their stories, they're tagging, and they're showing off the great posts they've been tagged in. Like one from Isabella, one from Ali, and as you can see, 3, 4, and 5. So the great thing I love about this is not only are they showing off their top 5 posts, but they're also showing off great content that their users are actually talking about them. Not about what Ride Indoor Cycling is saying, but you want to make sure that you're not making this about ride indoor cycling, or you're not making this about your spa or your restaurant. You're making it about your customers, and you're making it about your future customers as well. So when people see that people are having fun, they're engaging, they're posting things about a business, that's a business you would want to go to as well. So definitely make sure that you're not just promoting just your business through your Instagram stories, but you're also leaning in on your customers to make sure that you're building your online presence and to also show off your creative online presence as well. Now I'm going to turn it over to Michael to talk about how to create in-venue digital opportunities to enhance the customer visit. Michael?
Thanks, Jeffrey, for handing it over. But yeah, I mean, looking at social media as a way to drive people into the business is a really important first step in creating this opportunity for your business. So what we'll do is kind of cover a little bit of in-venue digital opportunities to kind of enhance that customer visit. The first thing is that customers are just extremely hungry for tech enhanced experiences. I mean, people want to mirror what their everyday life is already like. Many times it's people are looking to, they're using their cell phones 24/7. Yeah, people maybe want to put that down when they do go to a restaurant, a bar, salon, but tech is really just ingrained in kind of the culture now, and embracing it as your business, part of your business is very important as well. Um, 73% of customers believe that tech enhances their in-venue visit. So with a number like that, it's very important that you are kind of developing some sort of in-venue opportunity to use tech, and that is something that the customer does see. So when you're using that correctly, though, digital tools can really add that kind of personalized touch for customers as well. You can create things for customers on a more individual level by using tech than you could on just trying to handle it in person in a person-to-person visit or a basis. Calling or trying to touch that person individually, it can be very difficult without the implementation of technology. And for your best ROI, you want to ensure that digital tools are accessible when you're open, whenever you're open. So making sure that when you are there, you are utilizing these tools because that's going to be a key part in making sure that you're getting that return on using this kind of tech enhanced experience for your customers. There are three different types of customer facing technology. You have your on screen entertainment and digital signage, very much what we do here at BuzzTime. So that would be you seeing like in that picture right up here is going to be your live trivia events that people can interact with at your place of business. But also like below it, as you'll see, there is the on-screen digital signage. So the ability to promote your own business or even promote other businesses in the area, creating some sort of network of marketing for different local businesses, and also creating a different type of revenue stream for yourself. Just utilizing your TVs, especially if you do have TVs in your location, if you're like a bar or restaurant. I've even noticed a lot of barbershops and salons, especially here in San Diego where I'm located, have started implementing those in their inside of their businesses. So having that ability to promote maybe a special on a day that you do have a slow night, let's say someone comes in on a Saturday regularly, but they see that you have a 2-for-1 drink special on a Tuesday or Wednesday, days that are usually a bit of slower nights for your business. That's a great way to advertise that to a large amount of people that are going to be coming in on, your busier days, your Fridays, your Saturdays, even your Sundays, and making sure that there is ways for them to see the value in coming back on days when you're already going to see a dip in people returning to your business. Making sure that you'll have free Wi-Fi is key. I think a lot of people see it as, something that they can lock behind, a paywall or it isn't that important for their business, but people are using their technology in your business. Like with Jeffrey was talking about earlier with promoting other people's posts. They're not going to be able to make those posts in your place of business if you're not allowing them to use it. Because when you're inside, it could be difficult to get a cell signal. You don't want to make that experience more cumbersome for them to share their experience at your location by not offering just free Wi-Fi. It's really simple and can be very implemented very easily. And also along with the free Wi-Fi, I'd also recommend implementing your own just separate free Wi-Fi router. You don't want to keep the Wi-Fi or the internet that you use for your business exposed to any sort of security breaches as well. And then finally is touchscreen tablets. Another thing that we do offer here at BuzzTime. You can have your menus on there. It just makes the interactive experience a little bit easier for a lot of customers. You might be slammed on a certain day, and the waitress is running around and can't touch the table as frequently. It keeps them engaged. It allows them a more seamless experience where they don't feel like they're being ignored or they feel like the business is too busy for them. They're always engaged, and it gives them something to do. Even if you do if they're not like using their phone to be, they'll notice like with BuzzTime, you'll see your trivia or you'll see games, things like that. That'll offer a different value to different customers as well. Touch a little bit more on the touchscreen tablets. It's a latest trend in many industry from retail to restaurants, which is all the different industries that we do serve. You can also easily capture some valuable marketing data, sorry, marketing data like email addresses or even launch surveys on them. So you can have those on your table. I was at a business recently where there's just like it was on the table and I happened to check out and I just checked through it and I was like, oh, there's a survey right at the end. I just quickly went through it. So it at least gives you some sort of metric that you can go off of people's experiences, as well as capturing that email address data to remarket to them, to be able to bring them in for that second, that third visit, rather than this being their one time, their one visit. It offers you that ability to get people back into the door. And there's many examples of this. You can even look at like a retail example. Customers sign in on tablets to rent different items, such as if you're at like a you know a wedding store or a dress shop, anything like that. Kind of check in, capture their information, and give them a product that they can use. A different example, say if you're like at a bar, tablets they can provide on-demand games like trivia. You can run trivia competitions. You can run like a poker tournament. It just creates a separate day from maybe your busy or your peak days that are going to bring people in. I know with our product in particular, it does bring in. If you do want to run like a Wednesday, we have a lot of customers that run Wednesday trivia nights because Wednesday is kind of the middle of the week. People aren't as willing to go out. They're kind of in the middle of their work week. It just helps bring people a little bit of fun during the week and create that kind of fun and exciting atmosphere to your bar, maybe during a slower time during the week. Then you have your on-screen entertainment. It adds interactivity and a social fun, kind of like I was touching on with the tablets. The ability to have that engagement on the screens at all time at least does draw people's eye to it. Much like I'll touch on with the digital signage a little bit later, is just having that trivia in the background, having that poker game running in the background. It draws people's eyes to the TVs, and through that, it can create this environment at the tables. People are trying to guess trivia answers, even if they aren't playing on the tablets. It creates this different vibe within the restaurant, within the bar, within the salon, within the brewery, the bowling alley. It just creates this really upbeat and fun atmosphere. And again, drawing people's eyes through those TVs create a whole other opportunity for you in that digital signage, which I'll touch on in a little bit. Looking at like a salon or golf course example, while waiting for customers compete with others in the room across the country, it's kind of a great option to give people some different ideas. And then, like I was touching on, you have your digital signage. Digital signage is like a customizable billboard. It's something that can be a really valuable uh, commodity for your business. Not just for yourself, like I mentioned earlier, it can be even something that you use to network with other businesses, offering them some sort of incentive to market within your business, but then creating that relationship with an outside business so you can cross promote to your different groups, and kind of creating this network of different businesses is a huge opportunity. I know Nielsen recently did a study and found that digital signage at the point of sale, basically when your guests are with you, increases sales of items featured by up to 33%. So making like running advertisements on certain specials or certain items within the digital signage just improves the sales of that item by 33%, which is a huge factor. And it's something very simple to do. There's tons of companies out there that offer digital signage, us being one of them. It's not something that it's specifically what we do, but it is just an add-on benefit of having the BuzzTime system. It offers different abilities for you to market yourself, market your business, as well as bringing people back. Digital signage to promote your events, offer customer of the month program. I know, like Jeffrey was mentioning earlier, is recognizing people like your staff or recognizing people that do come to your business a lot and promoting them on your TVs is a huge part. I know a lot of people will just be like, that's a social experience as well. People will be taking pictures of your screen, taking pictures of themselves up there, and it brings people back in. And then finally, the free Wi-Fi benefits. I mean, today customers expect it. It's something that when they come into your place of business, they 100% expect for free Wi-Fi. It's so what's in it for you? You can turn it into basically a third-party gateway. Services like Yelp Wi-Fi. There's a few other companies that do offer it. Basically, what that gateway is that they basically have to use like an email or social media or different items like that. So you get some sort of information by creating this gateway, and it allows you the ability to remarket to them as well as providing them that free Wi-Fi, which is what they really do. And then when they get access to that Wi-Fi, you can build out your email list or build out your social following, creating this own your own network just by providing free Wi-Fi. Um, People are still going to use their 3G or use their 4G network or use their 5G network uh, as opposed to logging onto a Wi-Fi. But it's something so easy and so simple that it provides this added value for you in marketing opportunities, along with creating an like something simple that most customers will be like, okay, it's free Wi-Fi. All I have to put down is my Twitter or my Instagram handle. That's nothing. That's not a huge deal, and then it offers you that opportunity to gain some value out of it. And now I'll hand it back over to Jeffrey. Well, he's going to touch base on encouraging feedback and
Hey everyone, and thanks, Michael. So you definitely want to make sure, as a part of mastering the in and outs of digital marketing and customer service, is you really want to make sure that you're instilling trust by encouraging feedback and responding to reviews. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can keep the conversation going, and Michael's going to go into this in the next talking point, but just briefly just touching on it, that's something as local business owners that you can do right now, even today, is a few couple of things that you could be doing. So, the first thing that you can be doing is encouraging people to leave you reviews or leave you that feedback through your social media sites and making sure that you're cross promoting your review sites like Yelp, Google, TripAdvisor to your social media sites with a great high quality photo, just like Pheasant Hollow Winery did right here. We could go for a refreshing glass of feedback. So just a play on words, really making sure that the caption is relevant while also the picture is relevant as well. And again, we're not looking at your vanity metrics like 27 likes. We're looking at the 13 comments and the one share that this post actually got for the business. And more importantly, they actually received feedback in the comments as well. So when you're posting, don't post just to post or post thinking that, hey, I posted today, that content is out there, that's easy and done. When you're posting, you want to make sure that it's A, something that you would get engaged with, B, something that your customers would appreciate, and C, like something that's going to be beneficial for not only your customers, but also your business. And encouraging feedback is a great way that you can do that. And it's going to put you in front of your competition as well. Because after a positive experience, your customer's going to go on about their day and not remember to post something about your business, about the great blowout that they had at your dry bar, or the amazing burger they had at your restaurant. They're not going to remember that. They're going to remember how bad the service was or how burnt the food was. That's the things they're going to remember. So, as a local business, you need to make sure that you're encouraging that positive feedback by encouraging reviews through your social media sites by simply leaving the link of your review sites right there for them. When the work is done, it's going to make it easier for them to brag about your business and all the great things that you're doing for them in person. Now, if you really want to show off the great things that you're doing in house and the great customer service that you're providing to your audience members at your business, then show off some of your great reviews that you have across your review sites or even from your Facebook page, just like Extreme Jump Corpus Christi did. They said, come get active with us without the summer heat. I don't want to be in the Texas heat. I don't think anybody would. So this is just a great way to make sure that you're being funny while also showing off the great things that your staff and you as a business are doing. And they said, I recommend this place for parties or just to go jump and have some fun. Wendy via Google. And you can put their first name, you can put their first name and like their last initial, but always make sure to give credit where credit is due. And this is just another great way of using user generated content for your local business as well. Now, if you want to do something else, you can always do what the Rusty Nail did. And it's great when we hear from you. We love what we do. Again, 10 likes is great, but you're really looking at the 4 comments that this post drove as well. Really getting away from looking at the vanity metrics of likes and love and reactions and making sure that when you're posting, that you're getting that engagement because that's going to up your ranking on your social media sites and making sure that you're not down at the bottom of a list and that you're actually being found. Because the more engagement that your post can get, the more engagement that your social media pages drive, the better off that your business is online. And you want to make sure that these posts are encouraging that engagement and encouraging that two-way conversation street that these social media sites are actually meant for. So once you've encouraged those reviews, and hopefully they're going to all be positive reviews that you're getting, you're going to have some reviews to respond back to. So you definitely want to make sure that you are taking the time to respond back to your customer reviews. Because when you're responding back to your customer reviews, think about it this way. You're not just responding to Kent. You're responding to everyone else that's looking for a local business in that immediate area. Whether they're asking Siri, hey, what restaurant should I go to tonight for a date? Or whether you're looking things up on Google or even ask your Google Home, hey, Google, where should I get my car repaired at? Or what's the closest auto repair shop near me? They're going to pull those results from your Google and your Yelp page or your Google and Yelp. And so you definitely want to make sure that not only are your review sites claimed, but you're responding to these reviews and you're getting engaged with your current and future customers. So the great thing about responding to reviews is yes, you can just say a simple thanks. That's great. It goes a long way. It shows your future and current customers that you are reading these reviews and hey, that you want to get engaged with them. But if you want extra credit, you might find ways to personalize your response for more elaborate positive reviews. So, for example, let's say a customer calls out one of your employees for offering exceptional customer service. It happens a lot, actually. And you could curry good feelings with customers and personnel with a response that offers more praise to your employee for a job well done. So I like this review response from Jack G. They said, Kent, why would you unwind with anything but wine? So a little play on words, making it funny. But more importantly, Jack used Kent's first name, making it more personable, more authentic. While we're known for our blue wines, you're right to say that our other wines are equally fantastic. In addition to wine, while you're here, you can also enjoy our monthly entertainment, some downtime, or a talk with any of our knowledgeable staff members. We can't wait to see you back. So until next time, Pheasant Hollow Management. Always make sure you leave that open line of communication. Always make sure that you're making the review response even more personable than you would if you were just talking to them face to face. Because remember, it's not just the person that you're leaving this response for, it's about everyone else that's looking for a local business just like yours. Now, negative reviews. We got to bring it up. We've got to talk about it. But you want to make sure you're doing these 4 things. You're responding quickly, or at least responding within 24 to 48 hours. You want to eliminate emotion. Take it out completely. Say you're sorry. Some people forget to do that, and that's one of the easiest things. And some things that's all people are looking for is just a simple sorry. And then take it offline. Know when to take a review offline and stand it up with a phone call, an email, but never handle business all online if you don't think it's appropriate to. So always make sure that you're taking a review offline if deemed necessary. So the thing about this is, why do we respond to negative reviews and why should we be responding to them? We respond to them because we want to show great customer service online, just like you would in person. And yes, the big answer is you have to respond to all of your reviews. You don't have to, but it's a great thing for you to do, and it just shows that great customer service all the way through. So no matter what kind of business you run, people they're going to use the internet to find out when they're looking to spend money. So in the past few years, online review sites have replaced window shopping, so essentially AKA yellow pages, and an old-fashioned word of mouth. So 97% of people read online reviews and 88% of people trust them as much as recommendations from friends or family. So negative reviews, they also scare away potential customers and distort the perception of your business. So in fact, a single negative review can cost your business up to 30 customers. So when you're responding to a review, keep a couple of things in mind. Make it personable by using their first name. Always defend and apologize if you have to. Always have a great sign off and know when to take that review offline. So Mark left a review. He said, been a customer for about a month or so. I would come with some friends after rehearsal from Oregon Shakespeare Festival, relax, order some nice tater tots. Then I went the other day just to spend a night watching the game as I have. And he goes on a little bit more. And this review was pretty lengthy, but I wanted to make sure that you saw the response to the negative review and how it should be done. So the business owner says, I can assure you that we put customers first, Mark. So when you're looking at this review, you might say, well, that's a little bit harsh in the beginning. In honesty, it's not. They're defending and they're apologizing for what happened all right here in this first sentence. Although it although this isn't my understanding of the events, I would like to apologize for the way things were handled. I'd love to clear up the miscommunication. Feel free to reach out. They leave a number. So this business owner knows when to take it offline, knows that they should be responding to this review. Even though that review was 3 months ago, they responded back 2 months later. But definitely make sure that, or a month later, you definitely want to make sure that you're responding to reviews, you're getting engaged with your customers, and you're defending and apologizing for your business as well. Just to make sure that you're rounding everything out, just to show great customer service online, just like you would in person. And at GoDaddy Social, like I said, we recommend responding to every single review that you get, whether that's 6 years old, a few months old, or 24 hours old, because there's growing evidence that simply responding to reviews can increase revenue. And now I'm going to kick it back over to Michael to carry us home with how to keep the conversation going post-transaction with email, text, and surveys.
Thanks, Jeffrey. So yeah, I'll be taking it home here today, just kind of touching on some things that you can do to keep the dialogue going after, their first visit or their after their visit, just in general. Digital marketing tools to help build your repeat business. I think there's three clear tools that you can be using. It's personalized email campaigns, loyalty programs, as well as surveys. You can improve your guest retention by 5%. You can increase guest retention rates by 5% and increase profits by 25 to 95%. I mean, it's a huge part of your business is getting people to come back in through those doors. So making sure that you're retaining and having people come back is the biggest part of making sure that you're a successful business. So here's some different ways that you can do that. One way is a personalized email campaign, segment, and trigger. Starting by using some sort of email management software or service, looking at something like a MailChimp or Constant Contact. You can use variable data like the person's first name, personalized emails. You're basically just creating lists of different groups of people, new customers who haven't visited, people that haven't been in within a year. There's different metrics that you can use, and that's the different segmentation that you're going to create. And then there can be triggers. Your EMS can automatically trigger a pre-written email to send out based on data such as a $10 off digital coupon for the person's birthday or a thank you message 24 hours after they visited your restaurant. There's these different things that you can create in the back end so you're not having to like individually do yourself. It just makes everything more streamlined, makes it a lot easier for you. You don't have to worry as much about you don't have to like have all this different stuff built up. It's all built up in the back end and just makes it a lot easier for you as a business going forward using this technology to kind of build out bringing people back. I mean, of course, loyalty programs I think are a huge part of keeping customers and having them come back, especially in this day and age where loyalty programs are so digital now. You can see that people have Apple wallets, so digital wallets now, or Android wallets that have all these different cards. I mean, even looking at mine right now, I have one for Regal Cinema, I have one for Nike, I have one for Adidas. It's something so easy to do that I don't even need to think about having that in my wallet. People are trying to live a more minimal lifestyle. They don't want to be carrying 15 different cards in their wallet. I think I have a couple of my credit cards and some cash on me at all times, and that's it. I don't have to worry about having all these different plastic cards. So loyalty program technology has really advanced and is really a great way for you that you don't have to worry about printing out a ton of cards. You can basically implement this all using technology and using your customer's smartphone or a tablet. A study by Visa and Bond Brand Loyalty of 50,000 people found that 85% of customers want alternative rewards. So this is touching a little bit on the reward incentive side of this. Um, People aren't always going to be wanting to, have some like a lot of times you'll sign up for, let's say, an email program from a restaurant that you go to, and they're like, "Oh, we'll send you a free dessert," but you're like, "That's not really what I'm not." Maybe you don't have a huge sweet tooth, or you don't have these different things that maybe would incentivize you to come back in. So creating some more non-monetary or maybe some interesting rewards is definitely a way that you can bring people back in a little bit of a different fashion. What I would mostly focus on is try use the data from your loyalty program to identify like your top 10 customers and invite them to like a focus group to help improve your business. You can offer them some sort of a Visa gift card or Amazon gift card, something that'll bring them back to just be part of a kind of discussion about your business and create a conversation that way. So you're not worrying as much about how to improve your business. You like maybe just throwing darts at a wall. You're more having a focused looking at your people that are coming back and why they come back, and that can be a huge part of that for them. Surveys, I think, are really kind of the unsung hero of digital marketing and customer service. Surveys show customers care, and what you want to do is make sure you're valuing their input. You gain really valuable analytics from surveys, and just make them simple and informal. That's going to be the most effective way to get people to take them. I know people will see like a list of, even myself, I'll be taking a survey and I'll be like, oh man, this, you'll see that little progress bar at the top and you'll be like, oh, I'm only 15% way through this survey, and you'll just bail. um, what you want to do is just only ask for the data that you'll actually use. Make them short, make them easily digestible, because people aren't going to want to hang around for a long period of time filling out a survey. And then offer rewards whenever possible. Offer even just like chances to win a gift card. Not like, you have to give something to every person that takes the survey, but giving them the chance to take the survey, giving them some sort of incentive to finish the survey is always a great opportunity. And like I said, it's a great way for you to make sure that they actually do take the survey and they don't glaze over when they see that progress bar not filling up. And that's basically going to be ended for me, and I'll hand it back over to Jeffrey to wrap it up for you.
Thanks, Michael. And we have about 9 minutes left. So definitely want to turn it over to all of our guests today in the webinar. I feel like there are some lingering questions that do need to be answered. So if you do have some questions, go ahead and drop those in the chat box right now. And we're going to be answering each and every one of your questions with whatever time that we have left. And also going to drop this link in here one more time for the free one-on-one social media assessment with our social media advisors here at GoDaddy. And also, because I do want to know a little bit more, RE, I don't know your whole name, or actually you're not in the room anymore. Or Sam, if y'all want a little bit more advanced topics, please let us know in the chat box here as well. This is where we're going to get all of our ideas and also hear from y'all exactly what you want to see in our webinars as well. Thank you, Daphne. Hey, Angie, yes, the slides will be available whenever we send out a follow-up email to later today. So just be on the lookout for that. Also, me and Michael are trying to figure out what does the S and E mean. Just want to make sure that we understand. And thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Oh, the R and the E. Here, I can actually back up for you. Oh, the R and the E. So respond quickly and then eliminate emotion. So respond quickly and eliminate emotion. Oh, okay, we're gonna get to some answering some of these questions with about 7 minutes left. So let's start with Sam's question first. Sam said, I've gained a pretty large following, but still have issues getting people to engage even if I ask questions for them to respond to. How do you reach a younger, more apathetic, and arguably more aware of engagement phishing demographics? So, Sam, like you've said, you ask them questions. You've reached out to them asking what they also want to see as well. A great thing that I would start doing is start looking at the people that are actually talking about your business already. If you don't mind my asking, Sam, what type of business are you? A restaurant, spa and salon, bowling alley, retail shop? Okay. So if you see other people that might be using the same equipment that you might be using for your photography or something to that effect, I would get engaged with those same people and kind of create a network or a group of people as that. It doesn't have to necessarily be a younger audience. It can just be an audience. And that way you're leaning in on your also your customers or people that you've worked with in the past to also help supply some great user generated content because people are going to be more inclined to get engaged with user generated content versus just content that's posted and over again by that brand or by that business. So leaning into your actual people that you do work with or that your customers or your clients is a great way for you to also create conversations on your social media sites and also to spread that organic word of mouth as well.
And just kind of piggybacking off that, what Jeffrey was saying is just try to come off as authentic as possible. Trying to make any questions you do ask not seem something that you're kind of fishing for, you know, an answer from a certain demographic. Just come off as authentically you, and that'll go a long way in any kind of social development. I know I can, as someone that is 30, I mean, you can see it a mile away, but people that at least are authentic about it and kind of transparent as well is kind of a huge part of it for myself.
Same. I'll agree 110% with that, Michael. Um, Being in the same age bracket, like I know like when something's authentic and I know when something's not authentic. I know when an influence has been paid and when someone that is from down the road and they just have a huge following on their Instagram or Facebook page and they're literally just doing it just to post about it because they love the product or the business so much. Um, so hey, Sam, there you go. You definitely just want to make sure that you're honestly being more authentic and more true than anything on social media. And another great thing that I love and I've seen a lot of businesses do is take to video content. So try to tap into IGT Live or get on your Instagram stories and talk out loud there, or even Facebook Live. Those are great ways to not only ask questions, but also answer questions as well. If you've had a lot of questions come up, just be like, hey, got a lot of the same questions about my business or what I actually do. Um, Here it is, and 5 different questions summed up for all of you. Um, yes, IG stories are life. They really are. I'm on them constantly. And yes, Michael, you laugh, but you know it's true. It's funny because um, you can set a timer for your Instagram. Just found this out like a month or so ago. And the average person spends about, I think, 30 minutes or on stories, maybe 40. And I found out I
I
spend
believe
over an
it.
hour, yeah, over an hour on Instagram stories. So I set a limit for myself for 50 minutes every day to go off. And usually about like 10 o'clock in the morning, it's like you've gone over your limit or you hit your limit for Instagram today. So if you're not on Instagram stories, if you're not engaging with your customers in a thought-provoking, real-life way, try out Instagram stories or Facebook Live. It's going to be one of your best bets and able to get you more information and more engagement than I think you possibly would understand.
And then I noticed Daphne asked a question about she'd like to explore some more app development and if we know of any companies that we'd recommend to help develop an app for her business. I personally don't know of any specific app developers. That is a good question. If you do want to reach out to one of us, I'm sure we can do a little bit of research for you. I
Hmm.
know there are a lot out there now, especially with the rise of the smartphone revolution that we are in and the digital, everything being digital. App development has skyrocketed, and there's tons of companies out there. But what I would do is just, if you do want to go it alone, is do your research.
Hmm.
It's something that you don't want to get caught up with someone that maybe doesn't have the expertise or the exact type of app development experience that you're looking for. Is making sure that it's specialized for your business and make sure it's personalized for you specifically and your customer.
And I love that answer. And another thing I will say is looking at whose question was it? Angie's question really quick. And running out of time, we got 1 more minute. Um, but on closed Facebook groups, I think it's kind of off-putting because I have to join, I have to get permission or access to join. And honestly, something as exclusive as that, like I would just send out via email or something. I don't really know. I have mixed feelings about that because it kind of makes it seem not for everyone. So if you're looking just to get more people engagement, feedback, input, like Michael said, surveys are great. Emails, text message following up after a trip to your business is a really great way to make sure you're doing that and not make people feel left out when you do have a group, because I've seen that happen to small businesses. And you look for their page and all of a sudden it's like private group for this pizza restaurant or private group for this bar, unless you're like a speakeasy, then yes. But for small local businesses, I would make sure that everything is out in the open in the public. And you can even create surveys on your Facebook page as well to ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. I echo what Jeffrey says. If it's your own personal small business like a restaurant or a bar, definitely I would recommend not closing it, making sure it's open because I mean, if someone stumbles across that, they're gonna request access and maybe you don't see it for a day or two, and then that window's kind of passed then. And I know
Yep.
we're running out of time. I just wanted to touch on Kelly's last question. We'll wrap it up after this. How we feel about Fiverr for app development. Um, I've never used Fiverr for app development. I've used them for some personal projects for art, like providing some sort of like art or digital sign, like providing some sort of artistic outlet. I think they're great. It's fairly simple, but for app development, I'm not sure. I don't really have a whole opinion on their app development group, but it is something you can look into. Again, like I said before, for app development is just do your research. That's the most important thing. I would recommend is just make sure you do your research and you find something that's going to be more catered.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. We've got to go. We've got to get out of here. Got to chat. We're already running over. But just want to say thank you, everyone, for attending. Catch us here next time, same place, different topic. Hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday, a great rest of your week, and we'll catch everyone next